Football is back, baby. What is up? Chase Oliver here, bringing you another video to my channel. This is my NFL Week 1 predictions. Before I get into the predictions, I just want to say in the description box down below, there's two things. One of them is a pick'em league, an ESPN pick'em league. It's straight picks, no spread picks. I'll make a spread picks if there's a lot of people that are interested in making spread picks. But these are just straight pick'em. So if you're new to football, it's easy. You just choose whichever team you feel like is going to do better. It's a private league. It's called Chase Oliver 68. The password's Chase Oliver 68. All the description on how you can join the league is in the description box down below. So go join the league if you're interested in picking games against me. I haven't decided what will happen with the winner, if he will just get like a shout out or if I get him a prize. We will see as the season goes along, but yeah, join the Pick'em League. And also in the description box, there's timestamps there. Now, I understand these videos can tend to get a little bit long. Some of you guys are saying, look, I just want to know what you picked for my favorite team's matchup. So I left the timestamps there with all the matchups so that way you can jump around the video. Let's just say you're an NFC North fan, like you're a Bears fan, and you just want to hear what I thought about all the NFC North matchups this week. So you can just hit the timestamps there. Or maybe you're just a fan of a simple team, or maybe you're a fan of a certain matchup this week and you just want to hear my thoughts on that matchup. So there's timestamps there so you can jump around the video so you don't have to hear all my predictions. But if you want to hear all my predictions, that'd be freaking awesome. All right, guys, I think that took long enough. Let's get started predicting football, shall we? We are kicking off the season with the epic rematch that a lot of football fans have been waiting for, the Hail Mary rematch between the Green Bay Packers as they travel down to Seattle to take on the defending Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks. We all know what happened during the Hail Mary situation, but for all of you guys who don't know, remember, Wilson rolling out, Wilson throws, caught, Golden Tate, touchdown, see, wait, Packers have a defender on it. And then it was like a whole situation, and the Green Bay Packers were mad about it. Seattle ended up winning the football game. It was just bad, and, you know, the NFL had to get rid of the replacement referees. That was the end of the replacement referees. Like, that broke the camel's back. You know, the replacement referees, they were terrible that weekend, but then all of a sudden, after that Hail Mary, it just broke the camel's back, and that's what managed to get the real referees back into the NFL. So it was a big, significant game. And, you know, in all honesty, I feel like that's what built the Seahawks' confidence. That's what made the Seahawks into one of the more competent teams. After they beat a top-end team like Green Bay 2 years ago, that's what made them say, hey, we could do this. We can go on. If we can beat a Green Bay, we can beat almost anyone. And at the time, Green Bay was one of the huge favorites to pick to go to the Super Bowl. So yeah, you know, it was definitely a big game, and this is going to be an interesting one. You know, this game could go one or two ways. You could either have it where Seattle's going to go there, show their dominance, and crush Green Bay. Or, knowing the parity of the NFL, I feel this game will be close, and I feel the Green Bay Packers will upset the Seahawks by a field goal. That's my prediction for this game. I'm just choosing the Packers because I just feel there's so much parity in the league. It just kind of makes sense to have the Seahawks lose here. It's just like, you know, you could totally see it that, like, the Seahawks are all amped up. Everyone's all amped up for the Seattle. You know, I can see it in the first quarter. It looks like the old Seattle Seahawks are back. And then afterwards, Green Bay starts creeping and creeping and creeping, and then ultimately steals one at the end with the last-second field goal for the win. So I'm predicting the Green Bay Packers. NFC South divisional rival game as we have the New Orleans Saints traveling down to hot Atlanta to take on the Atlanta Falcons inside that Georgia Dome. Now, I know a lot of people are choosing the Saints because they're like, oh, they're inside of a dome. They're facing rival Atlanta Falcons. They normally do well against the Falcons. So people are choosing the Saints. To me personally, when it comes down to home openers, and especially for Atlanta, who you know is trying to hope to become a playoff team this year. Atlanta's hoping to become that playoff team once again in the NFL and a threat to win the Super Bowl. I think Atlanta's going to come out here and make a statement. I don't think it's going to be a big statement. I don't think they're going to blow out the Saints in this situation, but I think they're going to win the game by a touchdown. It's definitely going to be a fun game to watch, and it's one of the more entertaining games, especially early on in the NFL season. So I am choosing the Atlanta Falcons to upset the New Orleans Saints. The Chicago Bears should be thanking the scheduling gods. I mean, Buffalo is traveling to Chicago. The Bills? Your first game? Damn, dude. People are going to be on that Chicago Bears hype train after this game. Oh, did you see the Bears' explosive offense against that terrible Bills defense? Oh, Chicago's going to the Super Bowl. Oh, you definitely believe in that shit. I have the Bears winning big against Buffalo. Cincinnati Bengals travel down to Baltimore to take on the Baltimore Ravens. This is going to be a fun matchup. I enjoyed the matchups last year. between Cincinnati and Baltimore. I really thought they were good matchups. The first half of their second matchup in Week 17 was good until afterwards Cincinnati just opened up the floodgates and would just, bam, just destroyed the Ravens. But this should be a good game. I'm looking forward to it. Who do I have winning, though? Normally for Week 1, I like to choose more the home teams, and the reason being is because, you know, they want to send an impact the first game of the season in front of their home fans. That's one of the main reasons why. But I actually think Cincinnati is just an overall better team than Baltimore. That's just me. I feel that Cincinnati will just be too much for Baltimore. And I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but I can definitely see Cincinnati winning by 2 touchdowns. So give me the Bengals to win this game over the Ravens. The Cleveland Browns are traveling down to Pittsburgh to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Oh, Pittsburgh's thanking the scheduling gods for this one. I actually think this game's going to be a little bit closer than what most people are giving it, because I think a lot of people are just expecting, you know, Pittsburgh to blow out Cleveland. But Cleveland actually has a pretty solid defense. So this game will be a little bit closer, but at the end of the day, Pittsburgh's going to win. They're at home. They're facing division rivals in the Browns, and let's face it, it's the fucking Browns. They ain't going to beat Pittsburgh at home. Are you kidding me? Hell no. Pittsburgh's going to defend that turf. So, Steelers for the win for me. The Tennessee Titans will be traveling down to Kansas City to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. And this is another upset pick by me. I like to choose upsets sometimes because you never know what could happen in the NFL. And really, to be honest, it's funny to me. I'm looking at the ESPN Pick'ems. That's how I read off the schedules through the ESPN Pick'em. And like I said, you can join the Pick'em League in the description box down below. But I'm reading it, and the Titans have no one. No one's choosing the Titans, and that's ridiculous to me. Really? The Chiefs are not as good as they were last year, guys. Like, god damn. Really? A lot of people think the Chiefs are going to cream the Titans? I think the Titans are going to win this game against the Chiefs. They're going to win in a close way. I think Jake Locker is going to have a big moment here in Week 1, that's for sure. So give me the Titans to upset the Chiefs. I don't think the Chiefs are that good this year. They lost a lot of key players on defense. Not only that, Dwayne Bowe being hurt doesn't help. So, you know, in all honesty, or suspended, he's not hurt. But you get what I mean. You know, I'm just saying, like, I don't think the Chiefs have enough weapons to stop the Tennessee Titans. I mean, the Titans offense with Kendall Wright, Justin Hunter, who is just broken out, and reliable Nate Washington, man, give me the Titans. I got the Titans winning this game for sure. The Oakland Raiders travel down to New York to take on those Jets. This will be an interesting matchup for sure. I don't see a lot of points going on the board. It's going to be a defensive battle. You know, Oakland, they have a pretty solid defense, a bunch of veteran guys that will help them stay into games, but at the same time won't help them win a lot of games. And the Jets, they have a beastly defensive line, the sack company with Wilkerson, Richardson, and all those other sons that they have on their defensive line. This is going to be an interesting matchup. Derek Carr obviously getting to start for this game, the first rookie of his class to get a start in the NFL, so that should be interesting to watch out for. In all honesty, though, I think the Jets are going to win this game. It'll be a slight edge. It'll be definitely a field goal fest. But I think the Jets kicker, Nick Folk, will be able to kick his team to a Week 1 victory at home. The Minnesota Vikings travel to take on the St. Louis Rams. In all honesty, a lot of people are choosing the Vikings because they realize the Rams don't have that great of an offense. Well, Minnesota, your offense ain't that great either. This is going to be a defensive battle, kind of like Oakland and New York that I talked about earlier. Not a lot of points will be scored on the board. It's going to be a kicking fest, in my opinion. I think Sean Hill could surprise us with one random touchdown to Chris Gibbons, but other than that, I just think that it's going to be a kicking battle, and I think the Rams are going to win this kicking battle over the Vikings. The Patriots travel to Miami to take on divisional rival Miami Dolphins. This will be an interesting game, but I think the Patriots will ultimately win this game. I don't think it will be a blowout. I definitely can see it where it's like, you know, 28-7 for most of the game. Like the Patriots got their touchdowns in the first half, and then the second half, the Patriots gets kind of lazy. And then around near the middle of the fourth quarter, the Dolphins finally score, and Miami's trying to make this comeback, but then they make an epic mistake, and then the Patriots win the football game. So give me the Patriots to win this game. I just haven't been impressed with Miami. I haven't seen a Miami improve all that much. They definitely will get their wins this year, Miami, but I look at Miami as one of the worst teams in the NFL, and that's just me. Them and the Bills, they're pretty bad. I think the Jets are way better than both Miami and Buffalo. That's just my opinion, but hey, it is what it is. Patriots for the win. Jacksonville Jaguars travel down to Philadelphia to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. And in all honesty here, this will be a beatdown. This will be a blowout. Philadelphia is going to move fast. They can't get lazy in this game because Jacksonville does have a pretty solid defense that can catch people by surprise if you start off too slow and you can find yourself down in a hole. But ultimately, I see Philadelphia just running up the scoreboard, and I see them defeating the Jacksonville Jaguars. The only time I'll be interested in the Jacksonville Jaguars this season, people, is when Blake Bortles starts. Because I want to see what will happen once the Blake Bortles era begins in Jacksonville. So, in all honesty here, don't expect me to say anything positive about the Jaguars because I think they're one of the worst teams in the NFL. And I think the Eagles, you know, are a pretty good team, but I don't know if they're going to be a playoff team like they were last year. But they definitely will blow out the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Washington Redskins travel down to Houston to take on the Houston Texans. I am very excited about this game because this game can go either way. The Texans could win this game just based off that they have a really good defense and their defense carries them to the win. Or the Redskins' new and improved offense blows out that Texans defense. Like, this is going to be an interesting game. Definitely the offensive defensive side of the ball. It's going to be a fun watch. But ultimately, I just think the Redskins are overall a better team than the Texans. I mean, I'm sorry. The Texans' offense, I think, looks garbage. Ryan Fitzpatrick is not a starting quarterback in the NFL. This dude is not a starter in the NFL. Did you not see what he did in Buffalo when Buffalo were like 4-0 3 seasons ago? He choked away that great position Buffalo had at almost making the fucking playoffs. Did you not see what he did when he took over the Realms in Tennessee last year and how bad the Titans became? The Titans were almost a playoff team. Pretty much everyone was saying, oh, the Titans are going to make a wild card. And he blew that away for the Titans. Just because Ryan Fitzpatrick's quarterback, it's not a good thing, Texans fans. This is not going to be a good situation for you guys. Y'all going to suck as long as he's your quarterback. And it's not like you have anyone better to replace him. Tom Savage and Ryan Mallett? Oh, God. Give me the Redskins to win this game. I think it will be a close game for sure. But I think the Redskins will win by maybe a touchdown and a field goal. So by 10 points. And all the rivalry is ignited again here in the NFL as the San Fran 49ers travel to Jerry's World to take on those Dallas Cowboys. Oh, classic rivalry between the Cowboys and the 49ers. This is going to be an awesome matchup. And, you know, a lot of people are going to just think that the 49ers are going to come in there and just destroy the Dallas Cowboys, which, yes, the Cowboys defense, it sucks. I ain't going to deny it. You know, I have Colin Kaepernick in a couple fantasy leagues, so I'm starting him for sure against the Cowboys defense. But I'm just saying this. Here's what I'm saying. The Dallas Cowboys offense, don't sleep on that offense. That's a pretty damn good offense, and I think they will do enough to keep up with the San Francisco 49ers, but not beat the San Francisco 49ers. That's just me. Because I feel the Dallas offense just doesn't get as much love just because Dallas's freaking defense is just fucking terrible. So everyone just is writing Dallas off. But they have a pretty damn good offense, and their offense will do enough to keep up with the 49ers and potentially maybe even beat the 49ers. But I don't think they're going to beat the 49ers because, one, it's Tony Romo and a really big game at Jerry's World, and we all know what happens there. Interception! Who's going to get it? Patrick Willis? Tremont Brock? Who's going to get the interception for the 49ers? I want you guys to leave that in the comment section down below. But yes, I see Tony Romo throwing a game-ending interception and the 49ers barely escaping Dallas as the winners. Carolina at Tampa Bay. This is going to be I guess, an interesting matchup. Carolina has lost a lot of players on the offensive side of the ball, so I don't see them scoring a lot of points. Their defense looks like Greg Hardy might be in a little bit of trouble, could be suspended for 6 games. Who knows what will happen with the Panthers? But in all honesty, once again, I'm looking at the ESPN Pick'em theme, and a lot of people are choosing the Panthers. Why? I think Tampa Bay is a way better team than the Panthers this year. I think Tampa Bay is a sleeper team, especially with the defense that Tampa Bay has. I think it's way better than the Panthers' defense. That's just my personal opinion. Don't forget, the Panthers lost some of their key players on defense, too, from last year. Captain Munnerlyn's no longer there. So, in all honesty, I'm going to go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think they're an overall better team. They've done some stuff over the offseason and in the draft that I liked a lot. And I think Tampa Bay is going to win in a big statement here. I think they are. I think they're going to actually blow out the Panthers. That's just my, I guess, a bold prediction you could say. But, oh, man, I'm liking what Tampa Bay is doing, and I'm liking what Tampa Bay has coming for the season. Definitely watch out for those Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Definitely watch out. So, Tampa to win at home against the Panthers. Our first Sunday night football game will be Papa John's, Peyton Manning and the Denver Broncos hosting the Indianapolis Colts with Andrew Luck. Oh, this is a great Sunday night game. This is a great way for you to be excited that football is back. Now, how will this go? Well, let me just say this. This is Peyton Manning after losing a big game. Peyton Manning in the regular season. And so he's going to Papa John's, boom, boom, boom. 5 touchdowns for Peyton Manning as they cream the Colts. You know, I think the Colts will keep it close in the first quarter, but then by that second quarter, Peyton Manning will enter Papa John's mode. He will be all like, hey, Papa, watch this play. Get over here. Papa John's, Demarius Thomas, Julius Thomas, let's go. I'm throwing touchdowns. Who needs Wes Welker? Emmanuel Sanders, baby. Like, you know, I just see Peyton Manning just unleashing on the Indianapolis Colts. It's not because Indianapolis is a bad team. It's just because this is Peyton Manning coming off a bad game and entering the regular season at home. Peyton Manning, after a bad game at home, you know that he's going to unleash his fury and his rage that he's had for all these damn months. So I definitely feel like Peyton Manning will unleash on the Indianapolis Colts. It's not because Indianapolis is a bad team. It's nothing like that. It's just because it's Peyton fucking Manning in the regular season. Now, if this was Peyton fucking Manning in the playoffs, I'd be choosing the Colts. But give me the Broncos to win big over the Colts. In our first of 2 Monday Night Football games of the evening, we have the New York Football Giants traveling down to take on the Detroit Lions. Boy, this is going to be an interesting one. I want to see how both quarterbacks bounce back from having kind of mediocre to bad seasons. I mean, Matthew Stafford had a mediocre season to me, and Eli Manning just had a bad season. So this is going to be interesting to watch for sure. You know, I've been flip-flopping on this pick. 1 minute, I want to choose the Giants. Then the next minute, I want to choose the Lions. Then the next minute, I want to choose the Giants. Because the Lions, they're just so untrustworthy in primetime games. They just are. They always find a way to lose them in such funny ways. You're just like, God damn. You feel bad for the Lions. Anytime they're in a primetime game, you're like, oh, this is going to be a good game. And then they either get blown out and embarrassed or they lose by the most stupidest way possible. And you're like, what? They really lost that way? But in all honesty, I think the Lions have matured. Hopefully, they're a much better team. I think overall, roster-wise, they're much better than the Giants. I think that the Giants' defense could cause the Lions' offense some fits, but not enough for them to lose. So give me the Lions to win in a close battle against the Giants. Now it's time to talk about my San Diego Superchargers as they travel to Arizona. Yeah, that's right. They're traveling to Arizona to take on the Cardinals in the second of 2 Monday Night Football games this year. Really, to be honest, I feel like the Chargers will struggle in this one. I don't think their offense is good enough to put a lot of points on the board. And I really feel like Arizona, like I was talking about with Tampa Bay, they're one of those sleeper teams in the NFC and one that you should watch out for. The only way I feel like Arizona's really in trouble is if, like, Carson Palmer disappears off the face of the earth. But the Chargers, they can challenge Arizona in this game. But I see Arizona winning by like a couple touchdowns. I just don't think the Chargers' offense is as explosive enough. Like, the Chargers could definitely surprise people. You know, it's San Diego. You never know what to expect with them. So I'll give this one to the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals will defeat the Chargers in Monday Night Football. But you best damn believe I am hoping that the San Diego Chargers win this game. Well, those are my Week 1 picks for the NFL. Thank you all who watched this video. Make sure you guys join the Pick'em League if you haven't already in the description box down below. If you guys like this video, give it a big old thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more content from me. Make sure you guys check out my website, chillinwithchase.com. Follow me on Twitter at ChaseOver68 and comment down below your thoughts on all NFL Week 1 discussion. Anyways, guys, I am out of here. Hope you guys enjoy your day. Peace.